Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and we are getting to the end of this iteration of the Doom Tower, or at least when I am recording this. So I thought this would be a good time to show you how I was able to solo the hardest level of Bommal with a Crimson Helm. I had heard about this strategy floating around before, so I may not be the first person to cover it, and we were kind of building this live on stream. So for those of you that have not seen this strategy, or you haven't seen a walkthrough for it, I'm going to show you how I was able to take down Bommal level 90 on hard by using Crimson Helm. Now, disclaimer, it is a manual strategy. It does take some focus as you are playing, so it's not just going to be a build it and run it and you're done. You are going to have to kind of pay attention, and it is going to take a little bit of work, but I am here to walk you through the process. We'll show you the masteries, the stats, and everything you need to know as you head into this build, and especially the most important part, how to play it and manage the rotation of the abilities, because it's really not that bad once you get walked through it and you know what to watch for and all of that. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so as you can see right here, we are in the hard Doom Tower, and you can't read it because the difficulty is bottom left. But some of you may not know, you can actually tell by the aesthetic. The hard Doom Tower has the edges smoldering, and the normal Doom Tower is just a laid out blue sheet of paper, whereas the hard one is on fire and it's got the red tint to it. But anyway, when you're going into the Bommal fight, now it is a solo strategy, but because of some masteries that we are taking, it's going to rely on teammates being dead. There's a mastery. We'll go over the masteries here in a little bit, but you're going to want at least 3 champions with you that will die ideally before the boss fight. And then Crimson Helm is going to need to get 3 kills during this. So what I did was I brought somebody with a really good aura to help me hit the speed threshold that I'm looking for to get the proper rotation. And then I just brought a food champion and then a Kale to help me deal some damage, a rare squishy Kale, just to deal some damage to the waves and help me get through it a little bit faster. Lady Kimmy is there just for the aura, and then she will die before the boss fight. And then obviously Crimson Helm is going to be the solo champion that's going to be fighting Bommal and going through the whole rotation of the abilities. So alrighty, first let's talk about the gearing process, and right here you can see I've got the Immortal and the Regen set right here as the 2 sets that I'm going with, because obviously we're going to need lots of health and toughness and an ability to generate our health back for us. So this is what we're going for on the gear. Now what you're going to be looking for in terms of stat thresholds to hit, let me go ahead and take myself off the screen here so you can see the full breakdown of the stats in case you want to screenshot this as well or have this for your records. But accuracy and resistance, you're not really going to need to worry about that a whole lot, or crit rate or crit damage. The main things you're going to be focusing on, the top 3, are going to be speed, and then HP and defense. So I like to get the closer you can get to 3,500, 3,600, 3,700 on the defense, while getting around 75 to 85,000 HP. That's going to be kind of the threshold that you're looking for. And then the speed is extremely important. Not only you may not want to get the let me come back on camera so I can explain this. You may not want 180 speed. It's actually the true speed that matters. So let's go ahead and pull up a calculator and we'll talk about that. There we go. We got the calculator pulled up, and the first thing we have to do when figuring out the base speed, or the true speed, is use the base speed. So what we're going to do is figure out who you are using for your aura, whether it's Lysandra, Lady Kimmy, somebody, whatever it is. You're going to take the base speed and multiplied by the decimal of that number to get the percentage bonus that you are getting when you're actually in the run. Now for me, I use Lady Kimmy as my speed aura. So Lady Kimmy has a 30% Doom Tower battle aura. So remember, auras affect the base stat, the numbers over there in the plain white that you see on the bottom right, not the totals, not the numbers in green, which are the gear bonuses. You're going with the plain white numbers, the base stat. In this case, Crimson Helm has a base speed of 85, so we plug in 85, and then we're going to take that times the 0.3 because Lady Kimmy has the 30% aura, and I'm getting a bonus of 25.5 speed from the aura that Lady Kimmy is providing during the run. And then once we have that number, now we're going to use our total speed. In this case, my total speed on Crimson Helm, you can see over there, was 180. So now I'm going to go plus 180 equals, right now we're at 205.5, but we haven't gotten into the masteries yet. And under the masteries tab, we're going to be taking 2 different masteries. They're going to help us get speed during this run. One is called Spirit Haste under the support tree. It's going to increase our speed by 8 for each dead ally, which is why I said you want to make sure you're bringing at least 3 champions on top of the Crimson Helm, so that when she is soloing, she is getting the 24 base speed. But then there is one more. We're going to want to also take into account this one right here, Whirlwind of Death. Increase speed by 6 for each enemy killed by the champion that stacks across each round of the battle. So it doesn't matter if it's wave 1 or wave 2, but you would like to ideally get 3 kills with Crimson Helm so that you are now getting that maximum 18 speed boost plus the 24 that we are getting from Spirit Haste. So back out to our calculator, and remember it was plus 24 for that first one, where for the 3 allies that are going to be dying, that gets us up to 229.5. And then if we are able to get the kills, we are going to get another 18 on there. And it's going to bring us to 247.5. And I know that is right because I calculated this multiple different times when kind of preparing for this video. So this is what I did for my build. You want to get as close as you can to this number. And for me, that was a base speed of 180, and then going into the battle with a 30% speed aura with the 2 masteries that are both going to be providing speed. So my actual speed during the boss fight is going to be 247.5. And I do think you get a little bit of leeway on that, but you do want to get as close as possible because you don't want to get 10, 15 minutes into the run and then find out that you got to go back and restart after you failed or something because the speed was not right. And it is a very kind of ironed out rotation you'll see when I'm showing you the battle example. So you do want to get as close as you can to that 247.5 true speed number. And the good thing is you don't need some insane speed. Like 180 is pretty realistic. I would say the tougher part is to get the toughness available to you to do it, which is going to be the upwards of 85,000 and like 3,400 to 3,800 defense or somewhere in there. It's probably going to be tough to hit those while also getting 180 speed or so somewhere in there, depending on the aura that you're using. And it is also worth taking a second to note that you will need the A2 and A3 fully booked. If you can budget out and get some good RNG, you could probably save a book or 2 on the A1, but you are going to want the A2 and the A3 booked, unfortunately, just to make sure this is functioning and having the proper rotation of the abilities as you are in the fight. And then if you want the masteries, let me go ahead and pop myself off camera here so you have a second to take a look at these. And I like to leave this up for a little bit because I understand how people watch YouTube, and as you're scrolling through kind of looking for something really fast, I like to leave this on the screen for a second so that as people are doing that, they can see like, oh, this is where he's showing the masteries. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this up here for just a couple seconds. That way you can kind of get what you need from that and people can see this is where I am showing the masteries. And now I can bring myself back here. Okay, so that goes over the masteries and the gear, the stats, the true speed, getting to that 247.5, about exactly where I got. Now, let's show you how the fight looks so that you know the exact rotation and how you're going to be going about the different steps during the encounter here. So this is the team that I used. You've got your speed aura champion. You're making sure that you brought a DPS to help you deal with the waves, and you want them to be squishy. You want all these people to be killed by wave 2, so that you're going into the fight with just your Crimson Helm alive. So let's go ahead and fire it up and see what we can do here. So I can leave this on auto a little bit right now. Nothing too crazy. Pretty par for the course. But when things get low, I want to do what I can to make sure my Crimson Helm is going to get a kill. Okay. Okay, so now this one is pretty low. I want Lady Kimmy to hurt it a little bit. I don't think Kale might kill this, actually, so I'm gonna leave it. It's kind of a squishy. It's Little Miss Annie, so I'm gonna leave that. Now, I don't think Lady Kimmy will. Yeah, see, Lady Kimmy's not built for damage. And then, now I can run in, and I can get the kill with my Crimson Helm. So that's gonna be kind of what you're looking for, and making sure you get 3 kills, so you go into the boss fight with maximum stuff going on and those speed bonuses live. So just kind of play around like that, and it might take you a couple times. Don't feel bad if you don't line things up absolutely perfectly, but every time you see someone getting low like there on the right side, I would want my Lady Kimmy to not kill them, but she does have a random thing in her A1. But anyway, you get the point. I would not do that. And then next, when my Crimson Helm is going to go, I'll be able to, the one died, unfortunately, from a poison, but you can see right here, you start to manual when things are low. I can run in, get a kill with my Crimson Helm, and boom, I've already got 2, and I'm easily going to hit the 3 threshold, because I've got 2 more opportunities here, 2 more on the next wave, and then by then, my other champions will have died after we finish wave 2. So now, let's get into the end of wave 2 and the boss fight. Okay, let's pick it up right here. So in wave 2, you can see there the clock says 4 minutes. I didn't want to bore you by sitting through things I already explained. But when you get to a situation like this, where things are starting to get low, you want to take it off auto, and you want to make sure you're just spamming A1s. So right now, I'm just spamming left click on this last champion here, because we want to go into the boss fight having those 3 kills, having all of our allies dead so that our Crimson Helm is just solo, and also having all of her abilities off of cooldown. So that is how we know we're going into the boss fight, with the proper rotation, the proper setup, and we are all ready to rock as soon as things finish here, and we head into the Bommal engagement right here. And just for aesthetics, we'll pop up the Crimson Helm stats and stuff over there, so you can kind of see that on the right side. But anyway, so you see the boss fight just started, and this is where we are going to be sitting here. And unfortunately, this is going to be about a 20-minute manual. So I'm going to show you how the rotation looks and how I'm playing this. Let me actually move myself here really quickly so you can actually see if I'm on auto or not, and kind of see what all that looks like. And let me move myself out of the way here of the Crimson Helm. That way you can kind of see everything going on. Okay, so right now, I'm going to be spamming A1s until I see that their turn meter is almost full on the bombs. So right now, it's A1. And then we're going to kind of see, okay, whatever. Now, what I'm checking for every turn is, do I have 2 different bomb debuffs on me? If I do, I've got to do my A3 on guard so that I can protect myself from those multiple bomb debuffs that are on me. So the things I'm checking for, number 1, do I have multiple bomb debuffs on me? If not, I move on to the next thing I check for. Are the minion bomb turn meters almost full? If they are not, I'm going to A1. So we don't have multiple bomb debuffs on our Crimson Helm. Their turn meters aren't full. A1. Okay, now, next turn, what do we check for? We're checking for, do we have multiple bomb debuffs? We do not. Are their turn meters almost full? They are not. So we're going to A1. And boom. Now you can see, do we have multiple bomb debuffs? We do not. Their turn meters are almost full. When their turn meters are almost full, that's when we have to use our A2. You can see that they're about to take their turn. We're going to A2, bang, we're going to block damage, they blow up, and we are good to go on to the next rotation. Now, do I have multiple bomb debuffs? No. Is their turn meter almost full? No. Double no means A1. Okay. Do we have multiple bomb debuffs? No. We have an HP burn and 1 bomb debuff. Now, I'm not talking about 2 turns. I'm talking about 2 different bomb debuffs. We do not. We have 1 bomb debuff. Is their turn meter almost full? Nope. A1. Okay, do we have bomb debuffs? No. Is their turn meter almost full? Nope, that means A1. Double no means A1. Okay, now, do we have multiple bomb debuffs? No, but their turn meters are almost full. When turn meter's full, that means A2. Now, they're going to blow up, we block the damage, and we're off and running. So, I'm going to show you what this looks like just for a little bit here when I'm playing it but not explaining it. So, but this is a good, I'm glad this happened right now. You can see over here, we've got the multiple bomb debuffs. This is what I'm talking about. So, when this happens, you need to bust out that A3 right here. Because what's going to happen is they're going to blow up, and that will destroy you. Okay? So, I'm saving my A3 for that ability, for when those multiple bombs are on me. And now we go back. Are their turn meters almost full? Nope. That means A1. Bombs, nope. Turn meters, nope. A1. And now their turn meters are going to be full. So we are going to A2. Boom. And this is what it looks like. I'll show you as I'm kind of playing here. I'm not going to show you the full thing and bore you. But this is kind of when you get in the groove and you're just rolling. You kind of get the habit of it, and you just kind of keep it rolling. And now the next turn, their turn meters are going to be full, and I'm going to use my A2, block it. not going to take damage, and now we're probably going to have to A2 a few times, but we check to make sure we're not getting multiple bomb debuffs. We're going to A1. We don't have multiple bombs, A1. As long as we don't have multiple bombs, we're going to A1, okay, and then the next time their turn meter is going to be full, which means I'm going to use my A2, okay, boom, we block it, and we're off the races. So you're going to do that for about 20 minutes. I did it live on stream, and it can start to feel stressful after about 15 minutes or so, and you're like, oh, and you start to kind of lose focus a little bit. But as long as you hit the right true speed and you got everything kind of set up, you should be fine to get through Bommal. If you hit the right stats, you hit that true speed, you get those mastery procs, you got the speed aura. I know it's tough. You get things lined up, and you should be able to complete it as long as you can kind of hit what I was able to in the video. So that is what we needed to get covered in this one, and I already know that you probably dislike this boss, and we are forwarding your feedback, I promise you, on Bommal. They did adjust him once, but could probably use a little bit more adjusting to have some more accessible options out there, so we don't have to just flat out like cheese the boss fight, you know. So we are giving them that feedback. I do agree with you, but in the meantime, this is what I did to get through it, and hopefully we were able to walk you through it step by step and kind of show you what it is going to take, the stats you're going to have to hit, and how you are going to handle the rotation of the abilities. So good luck on your Bommal adventure, and as always, have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Peace.